everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Cookout! Hey, we with your boys, Mr. Davon, Mr. Trade for Yourself. Catch him every day on all media platforms.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, he's figuring out that heat, doing that collab heat. I see you out there, man.
Yeah, man. We're keeping it going. We're keeping it going, man.
We believe teamwork makes the dream work. That's what you got to do in this social media and this streaming space. So keep up the work, man. Keep up the work, man. Then we got Mr. Marque, Mr. College Football Aficionado, bringing the heat. Hey, NFL draft coming up, man.
Yes, sir.
Getting interested. Hey,
let's do it.
We're going to have to stream that one. Just like, while we're watching it, and just kind of like, react to things. All that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And lastly, we would like to thank everybody who likes, subscribes, comments on our various platforms. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, we do this for you guys, and we do it for ourselves too, but we enjoy doing this for you guys, bringing the knowledge, bringing the information. Hey, draft season's going to be here. It's quicker than we know it, so keep staying tuned. More content to come. I can promise you that. All right. So, how you doing, gentlemen?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Hey.
Blessed and highly favored.
I like to hear that. Blessed and highly favored. Blessed and highly favored.
Yes,
all
sir.
Right. So, we got our few topics for the night, but we're gonna start off with the number one topic just for this segment. The Cheetahs talking retirement.
All rise.
All right. So this is what's hot out here right now. Very little drama going on in the NFL at this moment. Everybody's revving up for the NFL draft. That's the biggest thing that's coming up. I believe that's next week, right?
Draft?
Or it's a couple weeks.
I think it's towards the end of April.
Yeah, it's like the end of the month. It's the last weekend in April.
Okay,
last
so we got
Thursday through Sunday. Yeah.
So we got like a couple more weeks till the draft. Yeah. So, that's where all the focus is right now. But Mr. Tyreek Hill, age 29, going to his 8th season in the league, he's talking about after his Miami contract ends, he's ready to call it a day. By that time, he'll be 31. I mean, you've seen some receivers go a little bit longer, but, I guess he wants to go out on top. He doesn't really have much to prove. He's already got a Super Bowl when he was up with the Chiefs. So, and he's still putting out those high numbers. I mean, shoot. From a standard league perspective, he averaged double-digit fantasy points, 13.4 fantasy points with Miami. I mean, he had the top target share. He had 170 targets, 119 of his receptions, 17-10. That's a really high performing for where he is as a receiver now. I mean, that's 14.4 yards per reception, 7 touchdowns. So, and that's with having a very highly competent wide receiver 2 in Jalen Waddle, also taking up a bulk of that target share. So he's still producing at a high level, and he's one of the key pieces if Miami wants to make a deep playoff run. They're going to need him because, nobody can stop him. That's why they call him the Cheetah. He just zooms past everybody. If he touches that ball, you better hope and pray that you put a hand on him, because if he can't, it's a touchdown. Right. So what do you guys think about his anticipated retirement from the NFL?
I mean, I'm gonna be the negative Nancy on this call. If I was a GM and I heard that you weren't retired in your Miami contract, are you gonna give me a shot to convince you to re-sign you if you're still producing, in 2024? And then B, if you're not gonna give me chances to re-sign you, I'm gonna trade you while you still got value, and I get other pieces in, and you could be somebody else's retirement party. Matter of fact, you can go back to Kansas City, maybe. I don't know. Not my problem. I just need some pieces. If you're gonna leave me.
Damn. Mr. Cold-blooded over here, man. Why weren't you a GM? I think that should have been
Especially if you ain't brought me a Super Bowl, no MVP. I mean, yeah, we may have won some games, but if we, especially when you went deep in the playoffs yet,
yeah.
But you still got value to me. I'm gonna ship you off because I mean, I probably get some picks or something out of you. Not a what you call it kind of asset, Davon?
Liability.
Mhm.
Oh, you got
Or depreciating asset.
Yeah,
depreciating asset.
depreciating
Yeah,
asset. That's exactly what it is.
Appreciating asset.
Look at you. Look at you, Marque.
You
Like
know,
that.
like that crossover, don't
Yeah, I like that crossover.
you?
All right. Fair assessment. But yeah, I mean, you can go into that last year being like, hey, man, he gonna retire anyway. Let's ship him off. Unless it's looking like you have like a potential to go into a like deep playoff, like you can make it to your division final, conference final, and then go into the Super Bowl. Like, but if it ain't looking like that, then it's like, hey, let's get into a small rebuild,
Right.
not a huge one, and let's get some maybe you got some top wide receiver that is showing talent. Maybe you have a breakout wide receiver 2 year, like with all these upcoming rookies. You might get a trade for that, or you might get some draft picks, that can help you out for later on. Yeah.
And I will say, now if two are gonna start going on decline,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I ship my even sooner because I need a quarterback.
They're not really 100% sure on Tua. That's why they
I
get
know they're not. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they say, "Oh no, we're okay with Tua." I'm like, "Nah, that's a lie." I'm like, "What? That's a lie.
Right.
That's a lie." I was like, "Y'all lying."
Stop the cap.
But because they're gonna see how he turns out with his 5th-year option, and then because if they wanted him, they would have paid him the money, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They would have paid the money like they're gonna pay Jalen Hurts whenever that happens.
Right.
That's still out in the air. I'm feeling the disrespect right now.
Nah, he'll get his money after the draft. Don't worry.
I'm feeling disrespect. What do you think, Vaughn? What do you think?
I think that this is a very interesting development from Tyreek Hill. It kind of reminds me of Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson was one of those, all-time great wide receivers that retired early. I'm not gonna lie, man. This particular move, man, it makes me feel good. And the reason why it makes me feel good is because these guys are thinking. These guys are thinking, and they're trying to play chess and not checkers. And so the reason why I say that is because if you're comfortable enough to come out and say, hey, I'm going to retire early, number one, you're probably thinking about your health. You're probably thinking about your health. You're saying, hey, I want to retire healthy, things of that nature, because we know this is a violent game.
Oh, yeah.
The second thing is that you're probably very astute with your finances. You're probably investing. You're probably listening to the Trade for Yourself podcast. You're probably paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention to. Okay. And so now, yes, like the regular everyday person, they may ask, why in the world is Tyreek retiring so early while he's so young? The reason why is because he doesn't have to play. He collected his money. He put his money in the places where it needs to be put. So now he doesn't have to worry about that. Now he can utilize his name, like Tyreek Hill. He can utilize his name to make him money off of the field, continue to generate that income now. Because, hey, when you're an athlete, when you're a famous athlete, your name holds weight everywhere. And so, it's very good to see that. And the guys, I think the guys need to think about that more often. Just think about like the guys have to think about, what am I going to do when I retire? Like when I'm done, what am I going to do? Because you're going to be living a whole lot longer than just that small NFL window.
Yep.
The average career is anywhere from 3.5 to 4 years, man. DeMaurice Smith, the NFLPA president, he did a very good interview with Earn Your Leisure, man, when he was talking about player contracts and collective bargaining and stuff like that. So, that's kind of what I think about when I hear Tyreek making that move. It did surprise me, but at the same time, when I thought about it, I was like, okay, he's really trying to play the long game here.
Yeah, because you only get one body too. I mean, all that wear and tear you put on your body just training, performing at a high level, Sunday on Sunday on Sunday. I mean, it's 17 game, 18 game season. But then if you make it to the playoffs, that's an extra like 3 games, 4 games, depending if you make it Super Bowl. I mean, that's just extra wear on your body. Like, and if you have money, it's like, what's the point? It's like when you play it out in the long term saying you're playing for time. You want your time. You don't need the money anymore because you can live off of what you have for the rest of your life. So why are you going for more money? Because like right now he's under a 4-year deal, $120 million, and he's got 72.2 million of that guaranteed. So a bulk of that contract, round of applause for that. Bulk of that contract is guaranteed. I mean, so even if he
Man,
gets hurt,
that's
like even if he gets hurt in the next 2 years, he's still gonna be well off. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be missing like close to 50 million plus, but overall, in the grand scheme of things, he's had a big contract with Kansas City, and I'm pretty sure, like Vaughn said, he's probably invested well, and his name alone and his image alone can make him money afterwards. You see a lot of athletes going into this podcasting, YouTubing space because they can translate their notoriety, their fame into followers on YouTube, just doing like what we're doing.
yeah,
And for
man.
them, I give a big F you because you already famous, so you don't have to work
Yeah,
that hard to get followers.
yeah,
But
man.
no
Yeah,
hate for real though. But like, no, you can use your fame and take advantage of it and capitalize on that and make a further investment. And that's more passive income coming in. Well, they'll probably just be filming and then they'll get everybody else to do the grunt work like editing and distributing and marketing and all the other creative stuff. But
mm,
I think it's a solid move. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
I think it's a solid move
yeah,
for him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm paying attention to what Tyreek Hill is doing, man. I saw him on Shannon Sharpe show, Club Shay Shay. I saw him on there. So I see what he's doing.
And hey, we got some Mr. Shay Shay. We gonna have to talk about you later. We
But,
got
but you
some.
know, but you know what though? I understand you're gonna retire, but why announce it that you're gonna leave in 2025? I wouldn't put that out there. You may have your mind made up you're gonna retire, but you ain't gotta tell them that.
Well,
Because anything can change, man. Our financial slip could happen where I might need to get one more contract. And then, you trying to get another contract, and the other team's thinking, but is your mind already out of the league? Like you're already thinking not playing anymore. So why are you gonna put your all into this? Or are you still gonna be thinking about retiring if I pick you up? So I probably wouldn't have said anything.
I mean, that's fair, but still, I
It's too soon to say it. I would have said it maybe the season of. Hey, I'm thinking about retiring at the end of the season. But I wouldn't have done it this early. No
yeah.
way.
I mean, like I mentioned before, it's 2 years is a long time. Speaking of NFL, I mean, what if they have all the pieces necessary after his 2-year contract? What if they have like the best shot to win their division and go to the Super Bowl? Like everything's coming together. You
Yeah.
know, you think he's gonna hang around for one more year? Maybe can get another ring.
Yeah, because you know what? Because they do it all the time.
Yeah,
They'll say they're gonna retire, and I'll do another 3-year deal.
I mean, because there was rumors about freaking Tom Brady going to Miami at one point, and this
Yeah.
man ain't like, yeah, I was like,
Yeah, look at Jerry Rice.
please sit down.
And Jerry Rice, he would
Please.
never retire. They had to beg him to retire.
Yeah,
He kept saying I'm retired, and I'm with I'm going to another team.
with Tom Brady saying he going to Miami, I was like,
Game over.
Tom Brady, just commentate, man. Make your big money off of commentating. Be happy. Be happy. You got more than enough money, man. Maybe not after this FTX stuff, but
Man. Look, I saw that Fox deal, and I believe that Fox deal is upwards of over $300
300
million.
million.
That's
Yeah.
I think
that's a lot of money for one man.
he's gonna be A-okay.
Give me my money.
That's Tom Brady, baby. Hey, look, doing well, man. Hey, I can't look. He's the best quarterback of all time. Yeah.
Hey, big ups to Tom Brady.
Good. Hey, good for him. All right. we're gonna move on to a little bit more to the next topic. Back to Lamar, like we always talk about every week. Lamar Jackson drama, the latest Jackson drama. You know, the sweepstakes is still going on. I mean, come on. What can we say? Lamar Jackson he doing his thing. I mean, he's asking a trade now from the Ravens. That was the latest one. He wants to leave after turning down that guaranteed contract.
No,
Guaranteed money.
He don't want to leave. They tell him he got to leave. They told him that when that franchise tag.
Yeah, I mean, but I would have took the money, man. Shit. Considering like I just would have took the money,
Yeah,
but that's just me.
Maybe he ain't thinking through.
Yeah, but anyway,
what's your guy Davon from the leads that was on the leads? Earn your leisure. They should talk to that guy before he made his decision.
Well, that's the thing. Well, if you think about this, man, he was talking about contracts and guaranteed contracts and things of that nature. People have a misconception about NBA and MLB. Like the conception is that, oh man, basketball contracts are guaranteed and MLB contracts are guaranteed. MLB and NBA contracts are not guaranteed by their collective bargaining agreement. Okay. They're guaranteed by custom. Just because so many other players have gotten guaranteed contracts, that's pretty much just that norm, right? Moses Malone got one of the biggest contracts, and then Larry Bird came right behind that, and he said, "Hey, I want a Moses Malone deal, but I don't want any incentives attached to it." Meaning, pretty much, Larry Bird was the first person to get guaranteed money, and so after Larry Bird got guaranteed money, then everybody else started getting guaranteed money, and it just kind of spilled over. And so, like, when you look at the Lamar Jackson situation, the way I'm looking at it is like the Ravens are playing hardball. They don't want to give you that guaranteed money. But if you think about it, before Kirk Cousins got that guaranteed contract, he had to play 2 years underneath the franchise tag. He played 2 years underneath the franchise tag. Then he got that guaranteed deal. Sure. Even DeMaurice Smith, he was like, he still doesn't know how Deshaun Watson got his deal. He still doesn't understand that, but he got the deal. But this is the thing. In the NFL, they're like, the NFL is not going to allow you to have precedent over them. They're not going to say this one particular guy got this guaranteed money, so you're gonna be able to get it too. No, the NFL isn't doing it like that. It's based on what leverage do you have, and if you play on and based on whatever leverage you can negotiate. Like we all know, guys, we do not get what we deserve in life. We get what we can negotiate. So whatever you negotiate is what you're going to be able to get. And right now, Lamar Jackson is in a bad negotiation perspective. He doesn't have any leverage. He has no leverage. And that's the issue. And my question to you guys is, which I still don't understand, like, what is the bigger play? Like what's the bigger play? Like, guys, number one, what's the bigger play? And number two, guys, if you guys know that if you sign your name with this dotted line, man, you're getting $44.3 million guaranteed to you. All I got to do is show up to the facility, guys. That's it. All I got to do is show up to the facility. I know I'm getting that money. Would you turn that down? Like, let me ask you, would y'all turn the money down? I need to know.
I'd be like, hey, I'm here. And it's like, what you need me to do? Want me to throw this ball? Hey, passing drills. Here we go, baby. Hey, you need to run this play? Oh, I got you. Whatever play you want me to run, I'll run whatever play you want me to run. Just make sure my direct deposit comes in at the end of the month. Just make sure it runs. Run that check. Run that money.
At the end of the game.
Give me my money.
Yeah, run me that check. I don't care. We can lose every game in the season. I'm like,
give me my money.
But yeah, before I say what I need to say, let's go back to the part where Deshaun Watson got his mega deal. And who did he get a mega deal with? An agent. I mean, this dude was going through the Bill Cosby. He was going through the Bill Cosby and he still got all that money guaranteed. But the Cleveland Browns are desperate too, so let's put it that way. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what his end game is. Like that's the thing about it. I think he kind of screwed himself over because like a lot of teams are like, damn, if he gonna turn down a guaranteed $44 million a year, we ain't trying to give him no more money than that. It's like
honestly, man, it's he misplayed the market. I mean, that's why you have an agent that can tell you what you're worth and what's out there. So
especially after getting injured. Especially
they can look at the landscape of prior deals that got signed, and they can know, like Davon said, they know what kind of leverage they can use to get you a deal. Now, yeah, you might not get a Patrick Mahomes deal or the Deshaun Watson deal, but you're gonna get a Lamar Jackson deal. And you had a Lamar Jackson deal for $44 million, but you didn't take it. But you didn't have no advisement, no counsel to tell you if this was a good deal or this was market or not. You trying to golf. We say like your shirt say. What's your shirt say, Chris? What's your shirt say?
Stats over feelings.
And he did not do that. He went straight feelings.
Yeah, he went straight feelings because if you looked at his stats, and we've already looked at his stats in previous episodes, his stats ain't talking. Like he was the number 14th, I think, fantasy producing quarterback this season. Like, yeah.
I mean, I have no problem with Lamar Jackson. Like I said, he's better than probably any quarterback in the NFC South. So I mean, he could have easily landed the job, but like I said, if you don't have nobody out here, pushing for him, or advising him, or just leave somebody just in his corner, he try to own himself or his mom. It's not gonna work. This is the professional. It's the NFL, the National Football League. They all pros.
And when it comes to money, you got to detach your feelings over everything, and it's hard. And it's hard for the greatest people to detach their feelings over money, even when they have money. It's like you get emotional with money. You're always going to make mistakes because you're going to go off with the way you feel. The way you feel is not fact.
Right. Let's be honest, man. If you make it $44 million, what's $50 million? I mean, what's $5 more? You ain't gonna know the difference, honestly.
No, not in lifestyle.
Yeah, not in lifestyle. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
So just take it and move on.
Especially when it's guaranteed. Right. But that's the only thing I have a problem with. Now, if he was said like, I forgot what the contract amount was, 133 or something over 3 years or something like that. I can't remember what the exact number was, but it's like if it was like, oh, you got contingencies in there, I'm like, okay, maybe. And they said like, oh, you only get 80 guaranteed.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe you can come back and be like, hey, I want it all guaranteed. Like they gave you the initial offer of all of it guaranteed. Like,
yeah, I truly believe, man, if he had representation and proper representation, even if he didn't want to take that deal, I think he would have been somewhere else and been happy. He could have been on another team. Because I think that's what he really wanted to leave Baltimore. I think that's what it really was. That's probably why he didn't accept the deal, and he thought that he would better get those same terms somewhere else. And he probably could have. But I see, all the deals already been made now. All the teams that need quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, and everybody they waiting for the draft. They waiting for the draft.
Yeah. Now, exactly. Now the ones that all of them sitting back now waiting for the draft. Let's see who come out. Let's see what we paying. Let's see what our bottom line look like after this draft. Yeah, if I have enough money, they may go back and get a Lamar Jackson. They may have to drop some people, but they might pick up a Lamar Jackson. But right now, he's gonna have to wait.
Yeah, I was looking at something. They say the Ravens might be looking for a QB to draft.
Yeah,
but based on what you're saying about waiting on the draft, do you believe that he's getting blackballed right now? Do you believe he's getting blackballed right now? Probably. Or do you think that there's waiting on people are waiting on the draft and somebody's going to make a decision after the draft?
Honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think somebody went after the draft. In my heart of hearts, I don't really believe he's a blackball per se. I believe there is a stigma on him now. I say that, but I don't think he's getting blackballed. I think they're gonna wait till the draft is over, and then they'll make their decision on how they draft if they decide to pick him up. Because I mean, Anthony Richardson, Lamar Jackson. I'm taking Lamar Jackson all day. So,
I mean, I agree too. It's really interesting where this is gonna go, and we only can know when the draft happens at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you're interested in hearing our commentary during the draft, we're gonna have our draft special going on. We'll just be talking commentary as each team picks its selection. What the fantasy outlook is going to look like with that team, with that player. Will they be an instant mark, like New Orleans with Chris Olave?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. So catch us. Content's coming.
Yes, sir.
But the Ravens also were trying to deal out another player, quote unquote retired player, Odell Beckham Jr. They offered him a contract to play for the Ravens this season. Now, Odell, you might be smoking something. I was like, damn. When I saw how much he wanted, he originally wanted $20 million a year. And I was like, bruh, your body can't hold. It's like you can't make it the whole season anymore. Like your last good season was 2018. I did a short about it earlier this week. His last good season was 2018 from a fantasy perspective. It's like, and from a numbers perspective, like, bro, nobody ain't gonna pay you that money. And now he's asking for 15 million. He dropped it down to a meager 15 million. Now, is he worth that? And I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
What I got for you though, I got a 2-year, $20 million deal. So it's 10 mil a year, but it's gonna be a team option on the second year. I'll give you something like that.
With contingencies, I probably make like maybe
for sure.
I probably make like 12 million guaranteed, $20 million. Yeah.
You gotta play 85% of the games.
Yeah.
You gotta be on the roster. Like you can't be sitting out, majority of snaps. Like, and I don't mean just be in the game, for one drive and that's it.
I need you to be at least a high performing number 2 wide receiver or a low performing number 1 wide receiver. Because he's at the tail end of his career. I mean, he's going into his ninth season. He's done. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, Vaughn, what'd you think?
I mean, guys, why would I give somebody 1 year 20 million for a guy that hasn't played? You haven't played, and that's what I have. That's what I have such a problem with these guys, man. Is like he held out last year, okay, because nobody didn't want to pay him, but
I wonder why.
maybe it was because you couldn't play.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because of your health. Maybe it was because of your level of talent. Maybe your level of talent has regressed. Okay. Look, y'all. We remember Odell. Look, I remember Odell from LSU. I remember him. I remember the one-handed catch, from New York Giants. I remember Odell. The problem is that Odell is not here anymore. Doesn't exist. Those times are gone. Those times are over. And so 1 year, 20 million. Like, dude, you're gonna be making more. You're gonna be making more than some of these guys out here, man. That's really out here doing some things. Like, no, sir. There's no. I'm giving you 1 year, 20 million. I'm not giving you 1 year, 15 million. I'm not even giving you 1 year, 10 million. I'll give you 1 year, 5 million. 1 year, 5 million. That's what I'm giving you. 1 year, 5 million. Okay.
That's disrespect. That's disrespect.
Like, really, man. Like, come on, man. Look. I would be offering you 5 million as a low ball to see
that's
where
on
you
his
go.
That's just on his strength of his name.
See where you go. Maximum deal for Odell Beckham Jr. 1 year, 8.5 million. That is the cap. The cap is 8.5 million. I'm not going no higher than that.
Game over.
No way. There's no way, man. No.
Bro. Vaughn over here hardballing, boy. Y'all over here business dealing. You between you and Marque, y'all over here dealing, willing and dealing, boy.
Man.
Yeah, but like Vaughn said though, let's be honest, man. That Odell would also he wasn't in LA either with the Rams. Let's be honest, man. I mean, he had a good Super Bowl game.
Yeah,
but he didn't make it to the end of that game.
Yeah, that's when he tore his ACL or yeah.
Like,
let's be honest, man. I mean,
look, man. if you look at Odell over the last few years, man, he has shown his lack of durability. He's not durable. He's not durable, and I can't rely on you, man. And this is again, this is another issue that I have with the Ravens. And the problem that I have with the Ravens is like, okay, even if you don't sign Lamar Jackson back, you're gonna need a quarterback. But like, you need a quarterback. And you know that you need somebody that he can throw the ball to. And you still don't have nobody. Odell is your best option? Really? Odell? It's like, dude, look at the Ravens track record. You're right now you're trying to sign Odell Beckham beyond his prime. You signed Anquan Bolden beyond his prime. Okay, that when Anquan Bolden came to the Ravens, he was beyond his prime now. He wasn't the Anquan Bolden of old. Okay? Like, I have an issue with the Ravens and their skill position selection. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing, man?
Yeah, they'll keep a good defense, but their offense, hey, that's why I always make fun of Trent Dilfer, man. Come on, man. It's like even though they won a Super Bowl with that man, it was just like, bro.
You had really one of the best defenses. I mean, you had one of the best defenses, man. Like one of the
besides
defenses
the Bears, besides the '80s Bears, that's probably one of
that defense was
2000s
amazing.
Ravens was probably one of the best. Young Ray Lewis.
You literally had to keep it in the street. Yeah.
I mean,
just keep the car on the road, man. You was gonna win. You're gonna make it your destination.
Yeah.
So
fair. All fair assessments. I like that. Hey, round of applause to my boys for that. All right. Enough about Lamar. I just end up talking about him a little bit just to see what's going on. But let's talk about some NFL draft updates. So it's been some news. Looks like Hayden Hooker is getting some love now. He's getting some love. It looks like Tampa Bay might be trying to pick him up. Tampa Bay right now, they have freaking Baker Mayfield down there to be a filler. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's there making money. I mean, hey, I can only congratulate the guy for still collecting checks after a very subpar season and getting benched pretty much. All these bench players getting paid. Same thing happened with freaking who was it? Raiders guy, Derek Carr. He got a nice deal and he got benched at the end of the season. But I digress. Hayden Hooker, good move or not for Tampa Bay?
Davon had this on this is boy.
Dude, Hendon Hooker, man, he was really one of my favorite quarterbacks that I've seen in the SEC last year. I honestly believe that he's better than Will Levis. I believe that he's better than Anthony Richardson. I do. I believe he's better than those guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think Hendon Hooker may actually, him being in Tampa Bay, he may actually be able to. He's gonna try his best to save Todd Bowles' job. Okay, he's gonna try his best to save that man's job. Baker Mayfield isn't gonna be able to do it because Baker Mayfield is one of those guys. He's not one of those guys anymore, guys. He's just not. I mean, he's not going to be able to help you do anything. He's not going to be able to help you win a division. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But Hendon Hooker, I believe that he has a lot of promise. I believe that Hooker has a lot of upside. And so him being in Tampa Bay does make me feel better. It makes me feel better, but at the same time, I have concerns about the people that's going to be around him. That's my concern down there in Tampa Bay. But I mean, like I said, man, I feel like he's a good quarterback. And when you're one of the best quarterbacks, I mean, hey, you're probably gonna go to a sorry team. That's just the nature of the business. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
All right, Marque.
I gotta disagree with you on one take. The Baker Mayfield take.
Oh, come on.
Now,
don't do this. Don't do this. Don't speak.
Come on.
The floor is yours. Go ahead.
You don't think Baker Mayfield is not good enough to win the NFC South?
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget who
you got
South.
Atlanta, you got Carolina, you got the Saints or the Aints, and you got Tampa Bay. That's it, pretty much, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think who's better, him or Carr?
Oh,
They're about neck and neck, maybe, right? I don't know.
I mean,
I'm gonna go
neck
Carr.
and neck, man.
Who's
They're
got
neck and neck?
Talent-wise, New Orleans doesn't have. I don't know. It's because they got Olave. I don't believe in Michael Thomas, and Kamara might not even play, depending on how everything turns out with that fiasco of his off the field stuff. I mean, and then what you got in Tampa Bay? You got aging Mike Evans who still can perform, as you saw last year.
Oh yeah,
and you got Chris Godwin. If he can stay, his body can stay, together. He can do anything. But other than that, I mean, talent-wise at Tampa Bay, those are the top two. Like, I mean, you don't have Fournette anymore. You got Rashard White, that's who your top back is now. Unless they do something differently. And Rashard White was looking pretty good. I mean, from a fantasy aspect, but he's not like the top running back that you would choose. So I don't know.
But if you look at these guys, if you look at these guys from a defensive perspective, I mean, the Bucs are too inconsistent for me. They're way too inconsistent from a defensive perspective. You know what I mean? I can't rely on them from a defensive perspective. The Saints, I think the Saints probably have a slightly better defense, maybe a slightly better. But I mean, but this is the thing. The point that I'm trying to make here, man, is that this is what's going to happen.
What's up?
Derek Carr gave New Orleans Saints that money, and the Buccaneers, they signed Baker Mayfield. They gave these guys all this money for this division to be a war of attrition. This is a 7-10. This is a 7-10, 6-11 type of division, y'all. Like when you get out of the division, you're going to lose. Like you're going to lose when you get to the playoffs. So it's like Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna tell you guys, but I really have a personal situation with Baker Mayfield. I have a problem with the rookie quarterback getting national commercials. You haven't done anything. This dude was getting national progressive commercials. The dude hadn't even made the playoffs. Like I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand. And now Baker Mayfield is now considered a journeyman. He's a journeyman now. He's been to multiple teams.
Hey, he's a starting journeyman. Let's start with that. He's a starting journeyman. He's not a backup.
I mean, come on, man. Like Baker Mayfield is not the answer whatsoever.
I'm a defender, man. I think first of all, to the commercials, man. To the commercials.
Come on, man.
Don't forget, man. This man is a Heisman winner. Don't forget that. He won the Heisman. So y'all man gonna have.
So did Tim Tebow.
I know, but he got the Heisman stuff, so he's still noticeable, and he won at a high level at a major college. And he was visible, so he can sell a product for you. I mean, he may not have been the best in the NFL, but he's known. Okay, and I think that's his last year in the Browns. He kind of got screwed up in the end because there's kind of conspiracy, there's kind of collusion against him because they really didn't want him there anymore.
Okay.
They put him in a bad situation. And then remember he sat on his own. Don't forget that. He wasn't benched. He sat on his own. When he found out about the Deshaun Watson stuff, he said, you know what? I'm done. If you don't want me here, you don't appreciate me. Because they went to the playoffs the year before.
Yeah,
so,
man.
I don't think he ever got a fair shake, man. But now I'm not saying Baker Mayfield the next Brady or Manning or even the next Patrick Mahomes. But I'm saying that he can be a decent quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he's better than some of these guys coming out of college right now. And at least he's already a pro. He know how to play quarterback position in the league. He don't have to be trained up. He just have to learn playbook. Now, he's a good filler. Let's be honest, Hendon Hooker got more upside, Yep. So I feel like for Hendon Hooker, this is a good time for him to really dive in, learn what it is to be a pro, sit back and learn the playbook, get your money right, get your body right, and be ready to roll in 2025 or 2024.
The person that's going to lose in this situation is going to be Todd Bowles. Because what's gonna happen is that Baker Mayfield is not going to give him the opportunity to save his job. So what's going to happen is Baker Mayfield is going to go stink up the joint, cause him to get fired, and then he's going to get kicked out. They're going to fire him, and then Hendon Hooker's going to come in, and by that time he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone by that time. So it's just going to be a wrap.
So are we going to blame Baker Mayfield for Todd Bowles' demise?
Look, you're gonna see the tape. We're gonna see the tape. We're gonna watch the tape.
We're gonna talk about how Brady played terribly last season. We just gonna forget about that.
Hey, but Brady is the GOAT, so it don't matter. Baker Mayfield ain't the GOAT, so you can overlook a lot of stuff. But
Brady got you a Super Bowl.
And he got you Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying? An NFC championship.
At least he made it to the playoffs last year, too. Let's put it that way. He made it to the playoffs.
He didn't get Todd Bowles a Super Bowl.
But he put Todd Bowles in the playoffs. I mean, at least he got there. I mean, at least.
So you saying the black man ain't gonna have a long leash? That's what y'all trying to say?
Look, man. Look, guys. The proof is in the pudding, guys. The proof is in the pudding, and history has shown that black coaches do not get the level of leashes that white coaches get. We have white coaches that have been special team coaches, coaching special teams, get head coaching positions. But we have guys that have been coordinators for years, get no head coaching position.
Wait. Let me break it a little bit further. You forgot about the Colts situation, man. You got a former player getting the head coaching position over people who've been coaching
in the middle of the
for
season.
Decades. Yeah, for decades.
Look, guys, that dude was on ESPN on Tuesday
in a suit.
Flew to Indianapolis on Wednesday, coached the game on Sunday. Come on, man. Really?
Get that check, young man. Get that check.
But look,
that's crazy. That's legendary. Actually, nobody's ever done that before. Nobody's done that.
Yeah, that's
ever.
Hey, I can't knock him. You know, Jeff Saturday, I'll give you a round of applause. You took advantage of a good opportunity for you. So hey, whatever, man. I can't knock it. But look, the thing is, Baker Mayfield, he ain't got this in him anymore. You know, he ain't got that in him. Hendon Hooker, he got that in him because he's young and he's hungry. So it's gonna be. I would let the young guy play over Baker Mayfield, but you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with all of that. Now, time for our fun topic in the NFL, and the guys know what I'm about to talk about. And everybody's probably heard of this by now, but I like to do some coverage of it because it's been a funny thing. I've been hearing it on multiple podcasts, and it's just funny to me. Shannon Sharpe out here dirty macking, boy. This man is the epitome of everything wrong with dating and relationships right now. And I am surprised he admitted this on national television to get scrutinized, because this is something I would keep to myself and maybe like discuss with close friends. But you know, we're gonna go to the tape, and so we just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it real quick right here. So let's go.
Nah, I was once dating this chick, right, Skip, and she was married, but she was getting a divorce. I knew I wanted her. I said, you know what? I'll pay for the divorce because I believe she was the one. That's what I did. I said, why you arguing about this? He wouldn't sign the papers. I said, why you arguing about this little bit of money? I gave her the money, filed the divorce because I believe if they believed in Baker Mayfield, they would do the exact same thing. I keep it 100 with y'all here.
Did that play through, guys?
Yes, you did.
Yes, man. It played
Oh
through.
man,
It played
and
through.
fair
It
use,
played through.
fair use.
Hey,
Thank you,
what he should do,
thank
your
you, thank
buddy.
you for content creator
Oh
with sports
man.
universe. Fair use. But
Oh god.
I saw that, I was just like, bro, what is going on for you to admit that you did this? First of all, second of all, you have no respect for marriage at all. Is like you coming sliding through and flashing your money. I mean, I'm gonna give you the
You failed, you big dummy.
and I gave him the failed you bit dummy too because it didn't even work out. So it's kind of like, bro, I get Shannon Sharpe. I respect you, but not this move right here. I don't respect this. Not in the least bit. Guys, commentary. The floor is yours.
Oh man. I'm in a defending mood today, so I'm gonna defend Shake Sharpe today. I'm defending everybody today.
Why you no man?
Listen, man.
Go ahead.
Hear me out, man. Maybe this young baddie, as he called her. Maybe she she was in a broken relationship, and they have been separated. They could have been separated for a long time, and and they just couldn't ever get an empathy to meet up, to get it paid out. So to get it closed out on her end, man, he was like, "Look, I love you, and I want this to work. If that's the only thing holding us back, I'm gonna pay it forward to get you out." Now, sadly, he paid for it for somebody else because he didn't with the girl, so he lost in that deal. But maybe he was. I'm sorry, you failed, you big dummy. I'm sorry. I can't defend you,
failed, you big dummy.
You messed up, man. I tried, man.
Look, I can't let you just talk this
Yeah,
way.
I can't do it, man.
How you gonna talk your way out of this? I'm like, you talk your way out of this one.
I can't, man. Like this ain't even simping. This stupidity. This stupidity on a whole nother level. Like if she wouldn't have got her relationship that bad, she would have found a way. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, women find a way to do anything else. So if they want to got her that, she would have got her that too.
Why? You got anything to say, man? You over here rubbing your chin.
Man, Marque, you see who Shannon Sharpe was talking about in that clip. You see, he was talking about, right? He's talking about Baker Mayfield. He was talking about that if the Browns, think about this now.
That's why
the
perfect
Browns
segue.
really wanted this young man, if they really wanted this young man, they would have held on to him. They would have held on to him if they wanted him. But Shannon Sharpe said, "Hey, the Browns, they really didn't want Baker Mayfield for real." So, man, this is what I'm gonna say about Shannon Sharpe, man. You know what? I really like Shannon Sharpe, man, but the problem with Shannon, man, is that Shannon tries to use all these real world examples that he's gone through in his life for all these things. I'm like, dude, like, why are you doing this, man? Like, dude, like, you don't have to tell people that, bro.
Right. So
like,
for your book.
Yes, yes, man. Like, dude, like, bro, like all these real words. Like, for example, he always talks about Shannon always likes to interject how he failed with women, how he let women go. I'm like, dude, like, chill, man, just chill.
Yeah.
Like,
keep some secrecy to yourself. Like keep some stuff. Just keep some stuff. Just make it a little bit. You don't need to know everything.
Yeah, man. Like
and
Shannon, man.
And Skip's like,
exactly.
Skip's like, I don't even know what to say.
Exactly. Skip is not going to say anything. Like Shannon, he's just. This is the thing, man. When you're on national television, man, you have to be careful about the things that you say and the things that you do. Shannon has been on that line. The John Morant situation with his dad, right? On that line, right? That's something that Fox may say, hey, man, we may not want you to be, on here. But the reason that you're Shannon Sharpe, you get that slack because you're Shannon Sharpe. but anybody else that's on that particular line, you can get cut. And so you gotta be careful, man. When you like, dude, like, no, man, that was not necessary. That was not necessary. It was just not necessary. It just wasn't necessary to be said, man. Even if you did it, like I said, Brett, I personally don't think you should have done it. But even if you did it, man, don't put it on national television. Don't put it on national television. Is my thing.
Oh, man.
But that's what we love about him, though, man. It's like, I mean, that's like Charles Barkley. He's the same way. He put his foot in his mouth all the time. Now he don't use real life situations. He just say stuff he shouldn't say.
Yeah,
he say what's on his mind.
Yep, just like that relative, you know. Marque,
oh, we always got that. Everybody
I got them relatives that just like the most inappropriate times. They be like, "I'm just gonna say what I feel." It was like, "Filter, please, filter." It's like, nah, I don't need that.
He didn't want to be be that uncle to be at the funeral and be like, "Yeah, we should have known he was gonna pass away anyway. It shouldn't be no surprise." You know what I'm saying? It'd be that one guy.
You know what life he was living,
right?
Like, damn.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's all he knows. Always that one, man.
Oh God. But yeah, Shannon, man, I give you the just keep stuff to yourself, man. That's all I can ask. That's all I can ask.
Like I said, say that for the book, man.
Say that for the book. And not everybody's like out here looking. It's like, who's this woman that he spent all this money on? It's like, and then he ain't even with her anymore. So it's like, damn. Don't make no
all for nothing.
Bad investment right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, hey, this has been a fun episode. But hey, I appreciate these gentlemen right here. In there, takes on everything. Thank you guys, love you. And always catch us on YouTube, IG, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere at the Fantasy Cookout or Fantasy Cookout for short. And we'll be bringing more content throughout the week. So catch us, like, subscribe on all platforms. Remember to check out the Trade for Yourself podcast.
Hey guys, look, man, check out the Trade for Yourself podcast. This is my question. Okay? Ask yourself this question as you leave this episode. Ask yourself this question. Where are you drafting Baker Mayfield in the draft? Are you drafting Baker Mayfield as a quarterback? I really want to know. Are you drafting Baker Mayfield as a quarterback? Because I need to know. Please let me know where you're going to draft him at. Please. Let's let us know.
Oh, God. This guy right here. Round of applause for the team, man. Until next week. Peace.
Good luck.